Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another midnight reading sprint. I did this last month at the end of the month, and I can't believe it's already the end of February. I thought I would do it again because we had so much fun the first time. So as you hop on, be sure to say hello. It looks like Kim is here. Hello, Kim. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. Mary's here. Hello, Mary. Yeah, I'm excited. I really enjoyed doing this last month, so I figured I would do it again this month. Abigail, hello, a new face. Nice to see you. I know last time we had a nice global group that was chatting. We had someone from Australia, someone from India, Canada, and then obviously the United States. But yeah, a little bit of everything from everywhere. A little update in my life. So today was actually a pretty long day, and hindsight being 2020, maybe I should have scheduled these on a different day, but it's the last day of the month. It's a Tuesday when I usually schedule stuff, so it made sense. But today I actually had to go to Children's Hospital with my daughter. For those of you who know, my 10-month-old has heart disease. So she's had some surgeries and gets checkups and whatnot. And every once in a while we have to travel to Milwaukee, where Children's Hospital is, where most of the professionals that deal with heart situations are. So today's appointment was her checkup that was 6 months after her major surgery. And everything is looking fantastic. So she's getting weaned from one of her meds, which is really great because that means that she'll only be on 3 meds instead of 4. And that's gone down a lot too. I think when she left, she was on 7. So that's awesome. They're really happy with her progress. They're really happy with her weight gain and everything like that. So it was a really good visit. So thought I would update everyone on that. So she's doing really well. And it was overall a great visit. We got to talk to our doctors and a different team that has been following her because of the complications that she had during surgery. So they're like an extra front for us. So she had a pretty busy day today. And I had a lot of driving, so yeah. Oh, wonderful. Well, I hope you have a good time. I hope you're excited to read. We do a lot of chatting in between too, so I hope you don't mind any of that. So nice to see you too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. Thanks, Mary. Yay! Good morning. Nice to see you again. I was just saying how last time we were a global group here, and it's nice to see you back. Very cool. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, it was nice to go, and I kind of had a feeling that everything was going to be a good visit because just physically she looks great. She is in the high 80 percentiles of her weight and height, and she's a really good baby. She, a lot of energy, and she's got a good temperament, and, takes her meds really well and eats really well and all that kind of stuff. So I wasn't anticipating anything bad, but it was nice to hear that she's as good as in the inside as she looks on the outside. So that was nice. That was really nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. I know, I can't believe she's going to be 1 already. Like a couple, like now we're in March. So like it feels like it's 1 month away, which it really is, because she's going to be 11 months in like a couple days. It's crazy. I'm already planning her birthday party and everything. And then before you know it, her brother will be here. So it's crazy how time just flies. Just flies. But tell me in the comments, what is everyone reading this evening? Are you cramming in some extra pages for February? Are you just getting started on anything? What are your plans for this evening's sprints? I myself was contemplating between 2 different plans of reading tonight. And I think Hoopla, which is the service I use for ebooks and audiobooks through my library, I think they kind of made the decision for me, because I started reading Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Were Watching God. And I gotta tell you, I think I got like 40% in, and it's really hard. Like, it was not keeping my attention. There's a lot of dialogue that is written in a certain dialect that it, like, you can't just skim it. You have to really pay attention and to understand what they're talking about. And I was going to finish that during these sprints, but it looks like it's already been returned. So I'd have to use another borrow to rent it again. And I don't know if I'm like, I don't really feel like reading that. So I think I'm gonna like NFN it. So not for now. I don't want to DNF it, like didn't finish. Like I want to read it, but like I really don't feel like reading it right now, because it's, yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start the 3rd book in the Hannah Swenson series, the Joanne Fluke books. So the 3rd book is Blueberry Muffin Murder. So I think I'm going to start that. And depending on how I feel, I might switch over to a middle grade book. I do want to look for a couple of books to borrow too. So I'll probably look through the catalog a little bit. But that's my plan, is I'm going to start reading this Blueberry Muffin Murder and see how far I get in the sprints before I switch it up a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let's see what we have here. Nadim is having a cup of coffee. Sounds fantastic. Did you finish the cup of coffee books you were reading? You were reading those, now I can't remember what they're called, but it's like, something the cup, you know what I'm talking about. You were reading those last time. How did you like those? Sense and Sensibility is fantastic. A lot of dialogue. They do a lot of chatting, but it's one of my favorites from her collection. So great choice. It looks like Kim is reading Stan's A Colder Man, or Keeper of the Lost Cities. You know, that really has been on my list of books to read, and we have the entire series. My stepdaughter has the full series up to the newest one, and I keep wanting to read it, and I'm just like, it's because they're so big. They're so big. But I really do want to read those because she loves them. She has reread them a couple of times. So I'm like, they've got to be good. Everyone talks about them. So, gosh, I need to get to that. Abigail is reading The Innocent Demons by Alex King. Oh, that sounds interesting. Mary, I'm adding 6 days. Trying to get all of your February net galleys read. Then March, of course, and coming. I'm going to read 2022 in January. Nice. Hey, you know what? You do what you gotta do, right? Doing some audio reading, The Ghost of Thorwald. Oh, that sounds interesting. Well, I hope you finish it tonight as well. I'm gonna cross my fingers for you. Very cool. Well, it sounds like everyone's reading something a little bit different, which is cool. You have to let us all know how it goes once you're in there. Barb, hello. New name, new face. Hello, welcome. You wanted to start London, but don't know how far to read for March. Dani, can you add me to the Voxer group? I absolutely can. Is your so for everyone who may not know, I am rereading Edward Rutherford's London. If you recall, Laura and I read that book back in 2020. And then we were kind of doing a review on it, which her and I will finish that separately. But I decided I wanted to reread it and then create videos for you all that were just chapter specific. So I'm not doing like a read along. I'm not doing like a special reading of it as far as like having discussion questions or anything like that. But what I am doing is having a Voxer group and just kind of like keeping people in the loop of like what I'm reading, where I'm at kind of thing. So, Barb, to answer your question, you don't have a specific amount to read for March. Like I said, it's not a read along. So you can read as far along as you want. I'm going to keep everybody informed in the Voxer group of like where I'm at. I'm starting it in March. I would like to get it finished this year. So it's 1,100 pages. And when Laura and I read it the first time, we read 100 pages per month to try to get it done in a year. So at some point, I'll need to do some catching up because obviously it's the third month. So just start and go as far as you'd like. I will keep everyone informed of like where I'm at. I'm not quite sure how fast or slow I will read, but I will keep you all kind of up to date with. So I'm starting the book today, or this is how far I got. Look for this chapter's video coming up, that kind of thing. So there's no real like markers of where you have to be. The intention is just to read, and whomever wants to be added to the Voxer group to kind of like tag along or chat about it. So if you like are reading it and you think like, oh my gosh, I want to talk to somebody about this thing that happened, then you just pop in the Voxer group and you say like, I'm in chapter 2. I can't believe this character just did this. What did you all think? And then you have other people who are reading along as well. So yeah, no specific pages. Feel free to go as far or, as little as you'd like. And then for the second part of this, is your name in Voxer the same as your handle here, the Barb Ivory? If I look up that, is that what I'm going to find? And then I can add you. Let me know. And then that Voxer group I'm actually creating, which I could probably do in one of our sprints tonight, because I was going to start that on March 1st. So I actually probably could work on that tonight since we're going to be going to midnight and it'll be technically March 1st. So I'll be adding all of that together. So sorry, really roundabout way to explain all of that. But if anyone has any questions about that, please feel free to let me know. And if you want to join, please let me know. I can get you into the Voxer group as well. Yeah, absolutely. I have read almost all of them. I think I've read only half, which is crazy. So I've read Emma, which I really liked, which is a touchy one. Some people don't like that one. It's a hefty one, but I love Emma. Emma was really good. Sense and Sensibility is definitely my favorite. And obviously, Pride and Prejudice, it seems like that's really a common one that people read. I liked it, but I liked Sense and Sensibility a lot more. And I don't know, I might even like Emma more than Pride and Prejudice. But I have not read Northanger Abbey, Mansfield Park, or Persuasion. I got halfway through Persuasion, and I feel like nothing's happening. It's really, to me, it was very boring. So I was having a hard time with that. So I have to go back to that one. But I would like to read a lot of her other short stories, and Juvenilia and Sandition. I can't remember what that one's called, but that one's a novel that was finished after her death. So yes, London by Edward Rutherford. Yep. Yay! Thank you. Yes, I know. Very good news. Very, very, very good news. I'm glad to see you. I hope everything went well with the popo. If you know, you know. Would have loved that when I read it or tried to read it. Yeah, if you're referring to London, Mary, I'm rereading it this year, so if you want to tag along, like I said, what I'll be doing is reading it, and then I'll be posting videos chapter by chapter. So there may be more in some month, less in some month. It just depends. But everyone seemed to really like it and wanted to know more. And the book is so dense and full of characters that you really have to follow very carefully. So I figure, why not help everyone out? Oh, hello. Is that, I'm really not good with names, but Amelie? Yeah. I think my friend, her daughter's name is Amelia. Yeah. Hello and welcome. It's nice to see you. What are you going to be reading tonight? Okay, perfect. Okay. I will, yeah, I think in one of the sprints, what I'll do is I'll start that. So if anyone else wants to be added, let me know and I will get that. You have the locals, like, I don't know about that. But I'll tell you all. So for those of you who are new to my channel, I'm a very chatty person during reading sprints. So I'm going to tell one more story and then we will move on. So the story I'm going to say is the reference to Popo, which is police, which is not very respectful. But the reason why I say the Popo is because when I was in college for my undergraduate, I was a journalism minor. And I had a criminal justice class because you could take a criminal justice class for journalism, which was fine. Great, fantastic. I loved the class. It was hilarious because our professor, straight up looked like Katharine Hepburn. Like the hair, the face, the figure, Katharine Hepburn to a T. The voice, everything. And she was so crazy. Like, this woman had been through like everything. Like, she's talking about like this war and that war and this riot and that riot when she worked at the jail, the women's jail, and this and that. I mean, she had so many stories. It was such a fantastic class because you would be learning about stuff that's like in your textbook, and then she would be giving you like real life stuff that happened to her. And you're just like, how does one person have all of these things happen? So anywho, we're me and my friend Binta were in this class together, and we were just like, every time we would come back to the dormitory, we would tell our other friend, Beth Ann, about this crazy professor and what she looked like. And like, you wouldn't believe it. Like, it's like spot on Katharine Hepburn. And the things that this woman says, like, you need to come to our class. You need to sit in. You need to see it for yourself. You won't be disappointed. And now, it wasn't a pit class, so it wasn't like there was hundreds of students, but it was a decent sized class. And let me tell you, this woman wouldn't recognize a single one of our students because she hardly looked at any of us. I'd say there was maybe 40 people in this class. So we're like, come to this class. You'll never regret it. Come to this class. So our friend Beth Ann joins us for class. Well, guess what? It just happens to be one of the classes that we get a pop quiz. And our pop quizzes aren't like multiple choice handouts. It's, here's a question on the board. Now you have to write an essay and hand it in. So we're like panicking, and we're like, I don't know if we were freshmen or sophomore. I don't even remember, but we were quite young. So we were thinking we're going to get in so much trouble that we brought this rando into our class. So we look at her, we're like, you need to do something. You need to look like you're doing it. So like, I give her a piece of paper, my friend Binta gives her a pen, and my friend Beth Ann starts to write an answer to the essay question. So she looks like the rest of the class doing the pop quiz. So we all hand in our stuff, but Beth Ann just folds up her paper and puts it in her pocket, and then class resumes and ends. We leave, and it was great, whatever. So we're like, what were you writing? Like, because she was writing, like she was like into it, like just going on. And she pulls out her paper, and we're at lunch at this point, and she's like, starts reading her essay question. And it was like, them popos is crazy. They had their tiny hats and something with the sticks. Like, she just made this whole thing up about the popos who are crazy with their tiny hats and their like something sticks and like more. It was like, and I had kept that for the longest time, and I wish I could find it again, because I don't know if I have it or if I gave it back to her, but every time we would find that essay, it was so funny. But that's why I call them popos, because Beth Ann's essay was like, them popos is crazy with their tiny hats. So anywho, yeah, I have crazy stories, and I apologize if everyone's like, why are you talking and not reading? But I have some weird friends, and we had a lot of time. We had a lot of time on our hands when we were in undergrad. So, yay! That's awesome. Okay. If you know, you know. Oh, you are very welcome. Ooh, Body in the Library. You know, it's funny. Every time I see that episode, so I have not read Agatha Christie. I should, but I haven't. But that is always the first like episode of any of the Miss Marbles, and I always end up forgetting who done it. Like, every time I watch it, I'm like, I've seen this episode before, and I always forget who done it. So good luck with that one. That one, I love mystery books like that. That's just awesome. Hi, Mary. You're heading to bed. Good night. Yes, I'm going to probably use some of your reading background. So just so you know, I'll make sure everyone has the link. Mary does a wonderful channel where she does some podcast material as well as some ASMR reading backgrounds. So we're going to use that tonight for our reading sprints. And since we're already 25 minutes into Miss Chatty Cathy's reading time, we're going to go ahead and probably start one of those reading sprints. We're at the 24, so why don't we start right away at 25? Oh, which is right now. And we usually do 20-minute sprints. Those have worked out really well. So grab your book or your e-reader or anything like that, and I'm going to mute myself, and I'm going to put on a reading background for Mary's channel, and I will give you the link in the description as well. And we'll come back at the 45 marker and see how everyone did. So, and if you're not reading, good luck with whatever productivity thing you are doing as well. So, good luck. Okay. So that was a quick one. That went really fast. But we have made it to the 45. Let me know, how did you do? Blue Magic, you're welcome. I love them too. You're very welcome. I used that sprint to create the London Voxer group, and then I sent a bunch of messages. So I'm sure for those of you who were just added to that, your phone was blowing up with messages from me. So yeah, that's what I did. And that apparently took 20 minutes. Yeah, so I did not get any reading done, but that's okay, because now that's done. And now I can start reading and just message people now tomorrow when I start. Which I did look on my Hoopla account to see if there was an audio version, because I was thinking that would be interesting to listen to it while I'm reading it, so that maybe I can write notes while I'm reading it. I bet it's on Audible, which I do have credits on there. So maybe I'll do that. That sounds like a good idea. Because then I could be reading along and like actually writing notes at the same time. That might be a good idea. Yeah. So tell me in the comments, how did you guys do during the sprints? Did you get very far? I know some of you are finishing books. I wanted to get your take on something. So like I mentioned before, I had to go to Children's Hospital today, which is a good trek for me. It's about a 2-hour drive from where I live, and vice versa. And with it being a longer drive, I tend to use cruise control, which means I'm going the same miles per hour as long as no one is in my way. And this happens every time that I travel down to Milwaukee. There is always some person or people, sometimes it's multiple drivers, that like and once I pass people and it is, there's room to get over, I will go back over to the right lane. Now, I'm a little bit of a speed demon, meaning I go 5 over the speed limit at least, which is still pretty fast because the speed limit by me is 70 miles per hour. So I go 75 and I set my cruise control at 75. Okay? So this happened to me again. And I feel like now I have to say something about it. So I'm just cruising down 75 miles an hour on cruise control. So I'm not like going fast, going slow, going fast, going slow. No, I'm going 75 miles per hour. And there's this SUV who like comes right up to my rear, like tailing me as I'm passing a semi. So as soon as I get past the semi, I move over because I'm using the passing lane. I can't help that you like are trying to rear end me out of nowhere. So I go over and I'm in the right lane, which is just the driving lane, and this SUV goes, and they then get over in front of me, which is fine because again, it's a passing lane, so you were passing all the cars you wanted to pass. So they get in ahead of me, and then at some point, my cruise control catches up to them, so I move over to the left lane to then pass them, and I get mean mugged from every direction. So I get mean mugged from when they're passing me, and then I get mean mugged again when I'm passing them. And I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, I'm the one going the same miles per hour. You're the one that's like playing this like going really fast, then going really slow, then going really fast, then going really slow. It was so bizarre. And I'm telling you, this happens to me all the time when I have to travel like a far distance. I always set myself on cruise control, and I get cars that are like trying to like ram me, and then all of a sudden I'm passing them again, and they mean mug me like nobody's business, like hardcore. Like they're just like, I can't believe you're passing me now. And it's like, I have literally been going the same miles per hour for this entire experience. You are the person that is like accelerating and decelerating. Like, has that ever happened to any of you? Like, what do you do in that situation? Because some of these people look like they're like angry, like that they're so upset with the fact that I was too slow for them over here and now I'm passing them over here. And it's like, I'm literally going the same mile per hour for like this entire time. So I don't know what your problem is, but like, I'm just cruising along. Let me know if that happens to you because it's really irritating. It's really irritating to me. Anywho, Mary's super close to finishing. That's so cool. So when you finish, because you will probably in this next sprint, if not, if you're reading it right now, because sometimes that's what I do. I like to read during chats and in people's reading sprints. What are you going to read next? Or are you going to do something different? Or are you going to go to bed? Amy's here. Yay! Kim, I didn't get any reading done either. It's all good. Yeah, I saw you left a message, and oh my goodness, lady, I'm so happy you're here. I was going to mention that before, but I didn't want to say anything if you didn't want anything said. But I hope you're doing okay. Like, my goodness. I hope there were good meds. But yes, thank you for being here. I would just relax. Listen to the background noise and just let us soothe you. Oh, I hope you're doing well. Yes. Hi, Amy. Yes, playing tag with people in their state. It's so, yes. Like that's the whole purpose of cruise control. Like it's like you're going one miles per hour. Like you're being courteous to the police officers and other vehicles. And I don't sit in the fast lane. Like, I am very aware of anything. And if I'm in there for a longer period of time, it's because there's more people that I'm passing. But like, it's so crazy. And I think the thing that gets me is like when they mean mug you, like when they just like look at you like you're the crazy one. And it's like, I'm literally going the same, I'm doing the same speed as when you were railing me. And now you're going like 60 miles per. I can't help that. That's you. That's your problem. Yay, Krista's here. You are working on. Yay, I'm so excited for that. It is a lot of work, and we're so thankful for you, Krista. Krista is putting together her middle grade March collab, so she asks booktubers to do some recommendations, and then she posts it on her channel so graciously. But as most booktubers do, we always forget how much time and energy goes into editing and putting different clips together. So thank you, Krista, for doing that. I think it's going to be fantastic. Every year you do it, it's amazing. So thank you so much. You are trying to finish one last book in February. What book are you trying to finish? Oh, Kim, I'm so sorry. I bet you are. It sounds like so many things happened. You'll have to, if you don't mind, in the Voxer group, you'll have to let us know. Poor lady. Yes. Sending love and prayers, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about us. We're here for you. So whatever you need, you just let us know. Yeah, it's going to be great. I know it. You bet. Yeah, I bet. I always like watching when people do like collab stuff because not only is it fun to see people's recommendations and stuff, but a really great way to see different channels too. Like I always find someone new, so that's really fantastic. Yes, we very much hope that. Absolutely. So speaking of middle grade March, is anyone participating? And really for middle grade March, the great thing is to participate. All you have to do is read a middle grade book. But the lovely ladies that run middle grade March, Krista, Amanda, Katie. It's life between words, and now I'm like blanking if I'm even the right name. Anyways, they do a fantastic job running that, and they have prompts that they do every year. I know one of the prompts is dystopian. Another one is sky or sea on the cover. Another one is a neurodivergent character. And I feel like there's one other one. Crystal will have to let me know. I think there's one other prompt. But really, for middle grade March, just have to read a middle grade book. So is anyone reading any middle grade for March? I know in DoubleBookedCo's book club, we are reading Mandy by Julia Andrews Edwards. So that's the middle grade that I for sure will be reading. I'll probably read some others. I'm kind of interested in reading that Winter House book. I think it's a series. I think there's like 3 books out right now, maybe 4. But I'm interested in maybe reading that this month. I also kind of want to read Echo. So I've heard really good things about that. And then I'm kind of interested in reading the second book in the Artemis Fowl series, but I'm not sure. Not sure what I'm going to be reading for March because I no longer have TBRs. I am just flying by the seat of my pants. So that's how that's going to go. So, yeah. You need to get a hold of Mandy. Yeah, for March. Traveler in Time arrived today. Next time I'm going to vote for the book I want least because then my choice might win. There you go. I was actually surprised by this one. I thought that A Traveler in Time was going to win. That's the one I wanted to read. But, of course, Laura and I don't vote. But usually I'm able to, like, guess what everyone's going to pick. And last year for the book club, everyone picked the book in the selection that had a corresponding movie. Every time we picked one, I was like, it's going to be the one that has the movie. So in January, we read Atonement, which has a movie. In February, we read, was it Snow Falling on Cedars? That has a movie. We read Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. That has a movie. What else did we read? It's funny because it's like, can't remember. So the only ones that didn't basically was like This Tender Land, which I'm sure that'll eventually have a movie. And Green Glass House doesn't have a movie. But Big Little Lies, that has a movie. Or it's not a movie, but it's a series. The Guest List doesn't have a movie. But like almost all of the books that we read, they all had corresponding movies. So it was pretty funny because I was like, it's going to be the one with the movie. So, because The Namesake had a movie, but that was picked by Laura. That was like for her birthday. And then mine didn't. Rosie Hopkins' Sweet Shop of Dreams, that doesn't have a movie, but be a cute movie. Oh, good. That's nice that you have that. Yeah. We'll keep you company. We'll be here for a bit. The Many Mysteries of the Finkel Family. Oh, that sounds interesting. Is that a middle grade book or is that adult fiction? Yes, that is what I heard. And I can't remember who I saw it. Maybe it was Amanda's channel. But I do want to read it. It sounds good. Oh, good. Kim thinks it's good too. Awesome. Oh, yay. Okay, so I do have access to it on audio. So I will probably listen to it because I heard it is a more like an audio, a good book for audio. And it's funny, Amy, that Jasmine Guillory book, the By the Book, I had that on my list of books to download from Hoopla, and I just downloaded it a little bit before you came in and just made me think, because I think you just posted something on Instagram about that one, and you said it was pretty good. I did not know that it was a like Beauty and the Beast retelling, so I officially have it downloaded now on ebook, so I'll probably be reading that sometime in March as well. Oh, good. Oh, you're going to read the second one in March. Awesome. Yeah, I think I'm going to start that for sure. That'll be one of my middle grade books. I only see that it's available in audio. I would prefer to read it in ebook, but it's okay. Whatever I can find is just fine. Usually guess one will pick because usually my... There you go. It's usually your book. You're funny. Hi, Betty. Welcome back. Yes. Trying to pick something from my March TBR. Well, what's on your March TBR? Maybe we can help you pick something good. Hi, Kim. I love your picture. Is that a bowl on your head? That's so funny. Welcome, welcome. What will you be reading tonight? Yeah. They must all love it. Yes, hello, hello. Maybe that's why I saw it. Because I always like pick a bunch of stuff and I put it like in a favorites and then I'll come back to it later. Maybe that's why. Was it bonus buys? I don't know. Cool. Good. Well, I downloaded it too, so we're all good there. Okay, we're an hour in and we've done one sprint. So I think it's time to start our more sprints. We're gonna keep it on that 5 marker. So we'll do another 20-minute sprint. And so that'll bring us to the 30-minute time. So it'll be a little bit more than 20 minutes, but by the time I press go, it'll be on the 5. So grab your book, your e-reader, your audio, or get into whatever productivity thing you're doing, editing, cleaning, whatever, listening to the soft noises of Mary's background noise. That would be wonderful. And we'll get started. So we'll be back in 20 minutes, which will bring us to the 30 marker. I'm going to be reading Joanne Fluke's Blueberry Muffin Murder. This time I'm actually going to read, so I will definitely read. I'm just going to step out for a second for a restroom break, and then I'll be back to read that. But we'll see you in 20 minutes. Okay. I see that Krista left. Good night, Krista. And Kim, I hope you feel better. Looks like Mary finished. Yay! Oh, it's a crying book. I'm glad you finished. Betty's going to prioritize. Yeah, I mean, they're obviously two very different books, but they're very good. I like both of them. Good. The world and all that it holds. Not her. Oops, where'd it go? Did it again. Yeah. Good idea. Start it in the morning. Okay. How did everyone else do? I was able to get through the first chapter of the blueberry. I knew that was still in there. Blueberry Muffin Murder. So the third book in the Hannah Swenson series. I was able to finish the first chapter, and I'm like, I don't know, a couple pages into the second chapter. And they all start out the same. She's in her apartment with her cat. She feeds her cat. Her mom calls. And then she goes to the parking garage and goes to work. So they all start the same. So there's nothing really to tell there. We have met a different character, and I think they're going to have either they're going to be murdered or they're going to be tied to the murder somehow. Oh, wow. 2 chapters left. Good. Yeah, it was nice to see you too. Thanks for joining us. Good luck with finishing those chapters and going to bed since you have school in the morning, Missy. I don't know how you do that. I'm getting quite tired myself, but I feel like I have to keep going considering I've only had 2 sprints. But we'll see how far we get. Volume 3 of Proofs in Search of Lost Time. 12 pages. I mean, that's a lot though. 12 pages in that kind of reading. And yeah, dense. Dense is a word I'd use for that for sure. Good. 16 pages. Now, did you just start Sense and Sensibility, or are you in the middle somewhere? Yeah, that's such a good book. I like that book. That's awesome. 16 pages. I think mine it's like maybe 13 pages. I'm not quite sure. But not too many. But does anyone ever find that like sometimes when they're reading series, like they all start the same? So like it's kind of like the first couple chapters always are kind of like throwaway chapters because it's the same start every time. I've been noticing it in this book, and I'm trying to think of other books that I've noticed do the same thing, but right now, since I'm reading this one, it's the only one I can think of that does that, but it's kind of annoying. Like, you kind of wish they would start it differently and not like the same thing every time they start a book, but I don't know. Who knows? Oh, awesome. So you're about 1/3 in. Good. Yeah, it's a great book. Nadim is reading Sense and Sensibility, Jane Austen. So, yeah. Yep. So when I came home today, I was gone over the weekend, basically. When I came home, I discovered that my husband like did a bunch of like random housework, which was really nice. But it's also like he like cleared things off of certain areas. So like we have a piano that we never use. It needs to be tuned. But like you end up stacking stuff on it. And it's great that he cleaned it off, but all I'm wondering is where is all the things that were on it? Do you ever have that, like if you like share a flat with somebody or you live with somebody or whatever it may be and they clean something? Do you ever like get fixated on the fact like where did all the stuff go? Because I'm pretty sure there was a lot of stuff on it and I have no idea where he put all this stuff. And I didn't really want to ask him right away because I like wanted him to be able to bask in the glory of like feeling like he helped, because he did. He did a lot of stuff. He like vacuumed and he like did all the things that like it's hard for me to get to with taking care of the baby. So it was really nice. So I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, you did stuff, but like where did all the stuff go? But do you ever think that like they helped, but like where's all the stuff? So I'm gonna have to ask him tomorrow when it's been a day, you know, be like, so the piano looks great. It's nice that it's all cleared off, but like where did all the things go? Like where'd you put all that stuff? Because I did have a little pile started of like McDonald's toys. Because I'm one of those weirdos that buys Happy Meals and then like saves the toys for children that I know so that when I go over, I can give them a toy. I'm a weirdo. I get it. So I want to know where all my McDonald's toys are because there were at least like 4 there. I had like a Wakanda one. I had a little battleship game. I had a Disney poster. And I had a Superman. So I'm kind of wondering where those are. I really hope you didn't throw them away because I'll be really upset. I was actually just at McDonald's, and I mean, I know we go to McDonald's a little bit too much. I can't help it. It's not like I get like big meals or anything when I'm there. I'm usually just get a Diet Coke because I'm obsessed with Diet Coke right now from McDonald's. And then the Happy Meal because I want the toy. But this last time I went, the books, they're like little HarperCollins versions of books. So I got like Pete the Cat in a classroom or something. So that I thought that was cute. But yeah, I'm a little concerned. I'm wondering where my toys are. So silly. Oh, you don't like the cover. I wonder what edition you have. I had 2 different editions, but I ended up getting rid of one because I didn't like the cover. And the one I have now too, like the cover's okay. But yeah, Jane Austen books, depending on when they were published, some of the publishers get really, really weird. I actually, there is a book about Jane Austen's work. Can't remember what it's called. I read it really early on in my booktube career. But it's a really fascinating book because it talks about like her publications. So it goes through the years and it shares like what the book covers look like. And there are some terrible book covers for her books, like especially during the 60s and 70s. They get real like hippie-ish and psychedelic looking. And then I think in like the early 2000s, like there's this weird rush of like mimicking the Twilight like cover. I can't remember what that book is called, but there is a book that is dedicated to all of the publication covers of her work. So if you're interested in finding better covers, you would definitely see what's available in there. Or if you are on Goodreads, you can usually change the edition. You can see different covers of the book that are available. But yeah, because it's a classic. It's been published so many times that there's so many different covers. Yeah. So yeah, I like the ones I think my copy of Persuasion, it's like I think they're from the 70s maybe, but they're like, they almost like watercolor. So like there's the drawing of like whatever it is. I think on Persuasion it's like a woman and like this tree, but then it's only like colored in a little bit. I like those ones. Those ones are kind of cool. But yeah, there's some that are not, they're not great. They're not great at all. But yeah. Okay, well, it is getting close to the midnight. And I am actually, it's been a super long day of like having to get up early, go to the hospital, all that stuff, and then driving the 2-hour drive home. So I'm getting quite like, I can tell I'm losing it. You can probably tell by my eyes, they're like half open. I think what we'll do is we will do one more sprint. So I see you're asking too. So yeah, we'll do one more sprint, which will bring us to the midnight, which is perfect. And then one more little chatty goodbye and all that kind of stuff. So we'll do one more 20-minute sprint, and this time I'll get the time right. I was realizing, I'm like, wow, this is like a really long sprint. And then I was like, oh, I didn't do the math right. So we'll start at the 45 and we'll do 20 minutes. So that'll take us right past midnight. So we'll come back at the 05 of the new day. So it'll be March 1st, technically. Well, depending on where you live. It may already be March 1st. Yeah, so we'll start at the 45 and we'll do 20 minutes. That'll be our last sprint. I know we didn't do too many sprints. I apologize for that. But you got yourselves a chatty Kathy here. I am very much a chatty Kathy. So that's what we will do. We'll just do one more sprint. Oh yeah, no, absolutely not. If you know me or you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I too, Allie, cannot stand TV and movie covers on books. Keep the book to the book and keep your movie to your movie. I cannot stand that. It is so absolutely annoying. It's absolutely annoying. Yeah, I know. I see it. And the thing is too, because I thrift a lot, so I thrift almost all of my books, and thrift stores have a ton of moody movie covers, and it's annoying because it's like I'll find a book that I want, but it's the movie cover, and I just, yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Happy birthday, Allie. I'm so sorry. I remember you said that the last time we chatted. Happy birthday. Oh, I feel like a total arse. Happy birthday, Miss Leap Year Baby. Gosh darn it. Well, I guess I shouldn't feel that bad because you technically didn't have a birthday this year. So did I really miss it? I don't know. So funny. Oh, gosh. Yes, nice to see you too, Mary. Thank you. Gosh darn it, Allie. I'm going to have to say something. I feel bad. Happy birthday. Well, technically, I didn't miss it. It's still the 28th here, so I didn't miss it. It's not your birthday yet. Kind of. Maybe it's like your birthday at like 11:59 and 59 seconds. Because it's almost the 29th, and then it just flips over to the March 1st. Okay, it's the 45. So let's go ahead and take one more sprint of 20 minutes. I will mute myself, grab your book, your ebook, your whatever you have, and I will see you in 20 minutes. Okay. So that ends our final reading sprint. How did everyone do? I was very naughty. I did not read during that sprint. I actually, so I didn't forget. I went on my Hoopla and I used the remaining February downloads and downloaded a few books. So I did download Echo, which we were talking about earlier in the sprints, and Winter House. So I downloaded 2 of the middle grade books that I'm going to read for March. And then I went over to Audible and I downloaded London so that I had that. Because I mentioned earlier in the sprints that I'm gonna try to listen to it while I'm reading it so I can write notes. And then I also decided that I wanted to read Spare, the book by Prince Harry. I don't know when I'll read it, but I just decided I would just download it. And then I don't know what I did. I think I was like lost in social media for the remaining time. But yeah. It's midnight. So it's almost 10 after. So it's midnight. Time for Dani to go to bed. Oh my gosh, what did you eat? We were supposed to order from this new barbecue place, but it got to be too late into the time before my husband went to work. So, yeah, we didn't end up doing that. So I think we're going to do that today because it's now today. But it sounds really good. Good. I'm glad. I hope you got some reading in. I'm sorry. We're always so chatty. When I say we, I mean me. I'm always so chatty. But yeah, I'm glad you were able to join us. Yeah, 12-hour difference. That's crazy. But that's good. I'm so happy you're able to join us. Like I said, we always have a global group Allie's from China, or not from China, but she lives in China. We have India. I think Betty is from somewhere else. I feel like Betty said she was from somewhere else. Turkey? I don't know. I'm not going to guess. Yes, good night, Mary. It's nice to see you. We're total egg fiends over here. So, like, eggs right now are so expensive. Like, I remember when you used to go to the grocery store and they were like 76 cents for a dozen eggs, and now they're like $5 or $6 for a dozen eggs. We started just a little while ago going to Costco for eggs because you can get 2 dozen eggs for $6 something. So it's better. It's a better deal. But like, and they're organic brown eggs. So we're going to get our eggs from Costco. But yeah, we eat at our house. We go through a lot of eggs. Like, my husband eats a ton of eggs. Like, he likes eggs for breakfast. We used to boil eggs. We don't do that anymore because of how expensive eggs are. But yeah, we go through a lot of eggs. Like, we really like eggs. Very much so. So, very nice. Yes, good afternoon to you. And you're very welcome. I'll be doing this again next month. So I will see you then. Usually it's like the last Tuesday of the month. It just so happened that the last two were on the last day of the month. But let me just peruse a gander at the calendar here. And it looks like so it'll probably be the 28th again, which won't be the last day of the month. But it'll be the last Tuesday of the month. But so for those of you who are wondering, the next midnight sprints that I'll do on the channel will be on the 28th of March, because that's the last Tuesday of the month. So yeah, I hope to see you there. Oh, same egg section. Yeah. Oh, tomatoes. Yeah, inflation nuts. Yeah. You are very welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Well, wonderful. Well, thank you all so very much. It was such a pleasure to see you all. Both of our Kims, Krista, Mary, Nadim, Amelie. I think I just froze too. But it's so wonderful to see you all. I think there was Abigail in here as well. Mary was here. 2 Marys, actually. Betty. Yeah. Such a pleasure to have you all here and read with me or chat with me. So I hope to see you next time. Like I said, March 28th. But until then, I hope you're reading something great. Yeah. Well, take care. Stay safe. Happy reading. Bye.